الله مشاهدينا. أثبتت الدراسات والبحوثات العلمية بأن الرياضة تريح النفس، تهدئ الأعصاب، تبعد الأمراض، تؤخر مظاهر الشيخوخة، وطبعاً تعطي جسداً جميلاً، وبالتالي تزيد من الثقة بالنفس. لذلك في برنامج المرأة والرياضة ندعو كل سيدة لتكون امرأة صحية ورياضية. حلقة جديدة فيها مواضيع ونصائح جديدة، فأهلاً وسهلاً بكم. جواهر الفردان تكشف لنا خفايا اليوغا وفوائدها الصحية. نتعرف على أول مطعم نباتي صحي في قطر. بطلاتنا في الرماية يتألقن في بطولة كأس الاتحاد القطري للرماية. اليوغا رياضة جسدية، عقلية وروحية. تكون صعبة بداية، ولكنها مع مرور الوقت وكثرة التمارين تصبح أسهل، وطبعا لها فوائد كثيرة، خاصة إذا ترافقت مع غذاء صحي ومناسب. نحن في هذا المكان الرائع نستضيف شخصية قطرية بارزة في هذا المجال، جواهر الفردان. أهلا وسهلا فيكي معنا.
Hello, how are you? Fine, thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Jawahir, tell us please more about yourself. Who is Jawahir really?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. I am a yoga teacher. I'm a yoga student. I am an advocate of health living, wellness, health foods, well-being, just joy and bringing the community together in a light and loving kind of way.
Have you always been this way, Jawahir?
I think most of my life, yes, but I had a different approach to it before. So I graduated as a psychology student, and I wanted to help heal and help the community through psychological clinical means. And then with time, I found that lifestyle changes were the biggest things that impacted your life for the better. So training, working out, and from there I found yoga, and my life took a completely different turn.
How did your life take a completely different turn? Can you tell us more, especially if you're talking about yoga?
Yoga specifically. So as I said, I was training a lot, really into the whole fitness scene. This was a good few years ago. I tried everything there was: boxing, running, cycling, spinning, CrossFit, you name it. And then I tried yoga, and I had tried it a few times before, but I met this amazing teacher who, her class just felt like it was a breath of fresh air, like a whole exhale. I left the class feeling like, and I thought that that's something I want to share with the community here in Qatar, especially the women. So I did a teacher training and I got certified. And from there, because yoga is a holistic practice, part of the training encouraged me to become vegan. And so I took on that lifestyle as well. And being vegan, I decided to take training courses to become a raw vegan chef.
So do you think like the community now is accepting it more, starting to accept the yoga more?
Absolutely. At first I was worried, and I thought that people would come here thinking that it was a gym or something else, and
or they wanted to get fit, let's say.
Which you will get fit, and you will, tone your body in different ways, but at the same time you're going to get so much more. So it's not just like going to a gym. You have a workout, but there's this added benefit that you're going to discover.
Tell us more about those benefits, please, Jawahir.
So when you, on a day-to-day basis, we breathe quite shallow, and we breathe quite heavy. So it's short breaths that essentially what that does is activate our sympathetic nervous system. So that nervous system is our fight or flight response. It's something that keeps us on edge, anxious, always trying to be ready to pounce, you know? Whereas when you breathe super slow and very deep and all the way down to your belly, when you connect your awareness to your breath, you start working with your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your resting state. So when you're in a resting state, your body can start taking care of things like digestion, like healing, like rejuvenation, which we're not doing most of the days. So if you think about that alone, that's one huge benefit, that your body can start to reheal itself.
Jawahir, how important do you think it is to balance between yoga, or not mostly about yoga, let's say exercises in general, and between a healthy diet?
Okay, so those two go completely hand in hand. There's this amazing saying that is, abs are made in the kitchen, you know, which I absolutely believe. And yoga as a practice is a holistic lifestyle. It's a fully rounded thing. So like I said, it's not just on the mat, it's not just poses, it's not just these things, but it's in everything that you do. So practicing non-harming, practicing contentment, practicing non-greed is also in your food, you know? So moderation is a huge thing when it comes to the things that you eat, especially when it comes to meat and animal products, because I think there's an overconsumption. And as you know, I also have started the first vegan restaurant in Qatar, which
Evergreen
is
Organics.
Evergreen Organics, which is going great. But my message is not that everyone should be 100% vegan.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. Even if, does it really necessarily mean if you play yoga or you do yoga that you have to be vegan, or no, it's not related?
No, it's connected, but you don't have to be anything. There's no have to, there's no black and white. Everything is very fluid, and everything is moderation and listening to the body. So I do believe in a vegan diet, but I also believe that not everyone can make that shift so quickly, and that some days your body might say, I want to have a piece of cheese, or I want to have a piece of meat, and that's okay. But it's having those things every day, all day, that is not going to heal your body, because there are barely any nutrients in those things. You're missing out on a lot when you're not eating a primarily plant-based diet. And essentially, animal products are very acidic. So high acidity diets are what causes diseases, causes things like cancer, like inflammation, all this type of stuff. So making sure that you limit that and increasing your plant-based intake will have a huge impact, and I think it's very, very connected to your fitness and your exercise lifestyle.
So Jawahir, when did you start Evergreen Organics?
We opened Evergreen Organics September last year, September 2016, but it took about 3 years of research, planning and conceptualizing and studying. So it was also part of those 2 years that I talked about that I went to study yoga. I did a raw cooking course. I worked at a raw vegan cafe and shadowed a naturopathic doctor there. So I was working very close to her, watching how she diagnosed people, watching the prescriptions she gave them, which were all natural. You know, it was from a cafe. So she would tell someone who had, let's say, issues with infertility, for example, to balance the time she spent in the sun and in the moon, which is so important, because as women,
and you never think about it.
You never think about it, but ours, you know, like cycles are connected to the sun and the moon, and so connecting yourself to that nature, because we are all nature.
Yeah,
essentially, we're part of nature. So reconnecting yourself to that nature, eating through that, was all something that I studied, and all of those created the plan and the final idea of Evergreen Organics, and that's how it happened. And we still have so much more to do, and hopefully with time we'll have a naturopath that you could see in there and heal yourself in those kind of ways.
How would you really convince those people?
Since we launched Evergreen, we've been trying to educate people about that. One of our biggest beliefs is let thy food be thy medicine. So your food is your medicine. There are statistics that show that diet is the biggest cause of disease in the world, more than tobacco, more than anything else.
Harming environment we live in.
Exactly, more than anything else, the biggest cause of disease is diet. You are what you eat, you know? So I would show them via statistics, via educating, which we do a lot of in Evergreen. So Evergreen is not just a cafe. We have talks, we have workshops.
Jawahir, whose job really is it to spread awareness? Is it only Evergreen Organics or Jawahir Al-Fardan's job, or who else should get involved?
I think absolutely everyone should be involved in this, whether it's anyone on social media. Social media is such a great tool these days because you can reach so many different communities, so many different people. So anyone and everyone who want to better themselves, better the community, and you know, I know this sounds a bit cheesy, but in doing so, they better the world, should get involved. And I think that we have been going that direction with in this country. You know, everywhere I look, health is at the forefront, fitness and wellness is at the forefront. So Qatar is just doing a beautiful job at that.
I want to ask you if you want to give out a message to women, specifically because we are Women and Sport program. What would your message be?
It's a question that's very dear to my heart. I would say that as women, we give a lot of care to other people, and we're always trying to balance different things, you know, family, work, taking care of our homes, just trying to maintain a balanced life, which sometimes takes away a lot from ourselves. So to care as well for yourself, and to take the time to do whatever it is that brings you back to a state of inner peace in any way possible. Just to keep refueling yourself and refeeding yourself, and instead of always giving it out, bring it back to you. And then that way you can give more and more.
Jawahir, I would really thank you very much for having us as your guests here in Nia Yoga. And I really enjoyed the interview and talking with you.
I enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for having me and for taking the time to find out more about this beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In our program, we have introduced this year a new segment which is called Let's Try It, where we try different parts related to lifestyle, health and lifestyle, of course. And on top of our list was Evergreen Organics. So
amazing.
We can watch it together.
Okay.
مشاهدينا فاصل ونواصل. هل تعلم أن رياضة اليوغا ظهرت في الهند قبل أكثر من 5000 عام وأصبحت علاجاً روحياً وجسدياً يساعد على زيادة الوعي الذاتي؟ تتابعونا بعد الفاصل. أطباق نباتية وصحية في Let's Try It. فقرة جديدة نتعرف من خلالها على كل ما هو جديد في عالم الصحة والأزياء الرياضية، ونقدم لكم كل ما تحتاجونه من أجل الحصول على حياة صحية مفعمة بالنشاط. والآن نبدأ بمطعم Evergreen Organics. Let's try it. Hi, hello, how are you? Fine? Thank you. Stephanie, before we start, can you please tell us how important it is to eat healthy?
Sure. So eating healthy is not about only eating plants and vegetables and not eating sugar and bread and pasta, but eating healthy means you're eating what's right for your own body. Like understanding your body, understanding what your body needs and how it works and what it digests and what it absorbs. Like when you're eating fruits and veggies, like understand how to mix and match them, not eating different kinds of like banana and apple, they don't go together. So understanding which kind of veg and fruits goes together, grains, nuts, whatever, so that it duplicates the absorption in your body. So that means like it's healthier for you.
Okay. From here we come to Evergreen Organics. Of course, it's healthy over here, but is it only vegan or what is the concept of the restaurant here?
So the concept, there's not an exact word for the concept, but in my opinion, Evergreen Organics is not only a restaurant, it's a community. And I would say it's a community which is introducing a new and cleaner way of eating, of living through plants. And there's not like a unique word to describe it, but there's a variety of powerful projects we're working on to boost and cleanse our bodies because we strongly believe that food is medicine. Not only that, we also believe in the concept of use, recycle, reuse, as all of the wood in the restaurant is sustainable and reclined. All of our packaging is biodegradable, so it's everything. We're working with everything together for a better well-being for the community and for a better life for our planet. So I think both of them, like they work together. If the planet is happy, our community is happy, vice versa. So I guess that's the concept. And
what about the types of food you serve here?
we serve basically, I mean, everyone thinks vegan is only plants and salads and tomatoes, but here we serve pretty much everything except from animal product. But we use a lot of grains, quinoa, oats, buckwheat, spelt, and all kinds of vegetables related to the seasons. We try to work a lot with seasons because when it's in season, we have more nutrients in each vegetables. And herbs, we use a lot of herbs. We have the cold pressed juices, which are literally cold pressed, so the vitamins are like, they don't die in the process of juicing. They're fresh and perfect for the body. We have raw desserts with zero refined sugar, most of them gluten-free. And we have some nut-free too for allergy purposes.
So it's really appealing for customers, the concept of this kind of restaurant, right?
It is, because I think more and more people, they understand what healthy means and they understand that like it's the future of the world.
Stephanie, can you please tell us about your most selling dishes?
Sure. Our most selling dishes are the ravioli, the beetroot ravioli, which is a raw ravioli filled with cashew cheese, topped with pesto and dehydrated mushrooms, which is really nice, and it gives an umami taste because of the cashew cheese. We also have the pancakes that for breakfast, they're best selling, and people even come at lunch and dinner and ask for pancakes as dessert, imagine. It's amazing, and it has no wheat flour, it's literally buckwheat and spelt, which makes it healthier, but still amazing, fluffy, delicious.
Wow.
And the burger, our baddest burger, which since day one has been an absolute success. And the bun itself is made out of grains and lentils and pulp of one of our juices, which is really nice. And like we try to reuse everything we have, like not to throw in the bin and have wastage. So we create these recipes, and it's really nice.
What replaces the meat in the burger?
It doesn't give the meaty taste, but it's delicious anyways. And we try to use spices like smoked paprika and like spices that will blend together and mix with the grains and the vegetables to give like the bun texture and
Meat texture, or something meat taste.
yeah.
شو بتتبع نظام غذائي معين ممكن يساعدك في حال انه انت لانك ما بتلعب رياضه فنوعا ما تحافظ على صحتك؟
بحاول ما اتعشى بالمره،
اوكي.
بس باكل فطور دسم شوي، بتغدى وبعدين خلص ما بتعشى.
باليوم العادي، اليوم الطبيعي شو بتاكل؟ بتاكل جانك فود؟ بتاكل الاكل ضار بالصحه؟
اكل صحي مثل خضره مثل
تاكل جنك فود ابدا؟ برجر، بيتزا؟
لا اكل بلا.
برايك انه هو صحي الواحد ياكله مرتين او ثلاثه باليوم؟
لا مش عادي.
مش عادي.
آه.
طيب ليش ما بتبطل؟
والله نبي نمتن بس عشان نمتن.
طيب مع الجيم هل بتحافظي على نمط غذائي معين؟
هلا انا من نوع مو كثير بحب اهتم انه لازم غذاء ولازم اكل اكلات معينه، لا باكل كل شيء بس ما بس بحب ابتعد عن شغلات اللي فيها دهون، يعني فيها دسم كثير، بحس انه معدتي رح توجعني منها، رح تسبب لي الم.
ليش بتبتعدي؟ مشان جسمك يعني، مشان شكل تحافظي على شكل جسمك ولا
مشان لا صحيا؟
طيب شو الاكل اللي بتاكليه بيومك الطبيعي؟
هلا انا اكلي طبعا مش صحي لانه انا مش صحبه مع الاكل، يعني باكل وجبه واحده باليوم، يعني ما بتكون كثير صحيه يعني بحب السلطه كثير، بس انه يعني وجبه واحده ما بتكفي.
طب بهي الوجبه الواحده ليش ما بتحاولي انها تكون صحيه؟
لانه هلا انا متغربه عن اهلي وهيك وقاعده لحالي، وانه سكن جامعي وهيك شوي صعبه.
إلى هنا مشاهدينا وصلنا لختام حلقة هذا الأسبوع من المرأة والرياضة، نتمنى أن تكون قد نالت إعجابكم واستفدتم من مواضيعها. يمكنكم دوما التواصل معنا عبر مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي الظاهرة أمامكم على الشاشة. شكرا على حسن المتابعة، نلتقي في الأسبوع القادم، إلى اللقاء.